Closed captioning provided by Umarex Air Guns, home of the complete Nitro Air air gun. Perfect for all trappers and outdoor enthusiasts. Well, this week the team is headed to Maine to do some trapping. During the early fall, the team's trapping bear. And later on, they switch out the bear traps and start searching for Fisher and Marten. It's time for the main event.
Nothing else in this woods is going to tangle with them because they are like little Tasmanian devils.
That's a big blacktail.
It is a big blacktail. So that's.
We work our tail off all week, thinking and dreaming about the weekend. We wait for the sun to rise so we can check the line. Each morning is like Christmas. It's about leaving it better than you found it. There is some danger involved. Helping farmers and landowners. These are some of the things we do, being part of the fur life. If you speak to trappers, most bucket list animals include a fisher, a marten, and a black bear. Ironically, all three of those animals can be trapped in the state of Maine.
When we're canine trapping and stuff like that in Maine, you don't know what's underground. So basically what we do is we take time, get your hole dug for your earth anchor or whatever you're using to anchor. And in this case, it's post hole digger.
The state of Maine's got so many opportunities for a trapper. Beaver, fisher, marten, they're probably the most common, but weasels, coyotes, and raccoons are also trapped.
So what's your favorite thing about trapping?
Just being out in the outdoors. It's really trapping is the only way to keep these animals in check. If they say trapping's cruel, and it's far from it. Basically, what we're doing is we're managing the population, because without that, they're going to have overpopulation, disease, starvation. Mother Nature's a lot more cruel than we could ever think about being. So, but it's just, like I said, it's just a best time of year to be out here, and it just makes you a better hunter because it makes you more aware of the animal you're going after. And the more you know about the animal you're going after, the more success you're going to have.
Each year, Brian Flowers runs a bear camp for hunting and trapping. In years past, Brian's put many outdoor enthusiasts on a black bear.
Oh, hey, congratulations, Dave. Thank you. That's a nice, respectable bear for Maine, for sure. What do you think, Jeff? That's 200.
200 pounder, yeah.
Yeah, that's 210, something like that. That's a good bear.
The state of Maine is the only state that allows bear trapping. And with so many regulations on trapping bears, we recommend going with a guide like Brian. That way you'll avoid the issues and have a much more enjoyable experience.
Well, he's going to get the trap set up there, and then we're going to go down through and then show you how he's going to set it up.
I've been hunting and trapping bears in the state of Maine for close to 12, 14 years now. In the past 3 to 4 years, I've been taking clients out and showing them how to trap bears.
Congratulations, Ken.
Thank you.
I know last year they threw a wrench in the works. They made that trap not legal 3 days before the season.
That's right.
That's why I told you when I seen you at the show to come on up and let's redeem that.
Let's do it again. So we did her.
We got a heck of a bear. Got our hole in the ground, put our cable around, attached our cable to the tree. We're done. Now it'd be the same thing as your canine trapping. I'll take my gloves off. I'll put my other gloves on. We'll bait it, and then brush ourselves off. We'll turn on our camera, and hopefully we'll show you a bear in a day or two.
A foot snare is you're setting a cable beyond bait, in whether it be below the ground, that he sticks their paw in, and when it pulls the basket up, it puts the snare around high on his leg.
We got a couple trappers this week. I'm actually putting in a trap right now. What we got to basically do, I'm not going to bore you with the whole thing, but dig a hole, because the trap's got to be flush to the ground or below. No, we just, I don't think I sent anybody home yet that hasn't seen a bear. Most everybody's taking bears. So I'm not one of them ones that overbook. I want 10, 12 guys in a week. That's it. We should have a bear. We should have a bear in the morning, right?
I should hope so.
Hey, just look at that.
No, he ain't. Just let him calm down. Look how he tore
Ken,
things up.
what do you think, buddy?
I think that's okay. Let me get these ugly glasses off. Yes, sir.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you, buddy.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's a nice. That's a big male. Yeah, that's a big male. That's the one I had on camera, buddy. But he's if he's not 300, he's awfully close.
He's out the close.
Yeah, that's a good respectable bear right there. Even a blind squirrel gets an acorn every once in a while. What I always say is rather be lucky than good any day.
The Fur Life is proud to endorse PCS Outdoors, Duke Traps, Redneck's Pride, Snareman Podcast, and by Umarex Air Guns, the official air gun sponsor of the Fur Life. And this portion of the show is powered by Redneck's Pride, makers of trapping bait, lures, and calls. The state of Maine is the only state that allows bear trapping.
Here we are in Maine, getting ready to go do some bear trapping, huh?
Yep.
I can't wait. Yeah, we got lots of bears running around, and
Now, the type of trap that's used for bears is very interesting. It's kind of like a giant DP trap that goes into the ground.
dude, we put something in that lobster. Got a couple different guys that I get these lobster bags from. But they're bait bags, and that gives them something to hook their claws onto. Basically, what we're doing is we're setting this up just like that. We anchor to a tree. This will be in the ground. This will be anchored off to a tree, and basically all you do is the bear comes in and it's like boom, picks up, and there he is.
Zoe Gipe's been featured on the show several times. Her favorite animal to trap is a raccoon.
So look, you can see there's a culvert right here.
Yeah.
They have a trail that comes up. It goes right across the little road that we walk down. And they go over there by the creek. So it's a perfect spot for you to set another trap.
Each year, Zoe and her dad step outdoors with Duke Traps and run a line in their home state of Pennsylvania.
This nice boar raccoon, definitely smaller than the other ones we have, but we'll head out here and check our other traps, and hopefully we got a few more.
Zoe's dad decided if she liked trapping raccoons, well, she'd surely enjoy a trapping trip with Brian up in Maine for, well, let's just say a much larger version of a raccoon, a black bear.
Here you go, Zoe. That's the finished product. That's what you want it to look like. You want it to look like it's all ready to go. We got our weight, we got our bucket, so no other non-target can get near that and get us in trouble. We're legal, we're anchored, there's no entanglement, and basically we have just whatever a raccoon, you know, like we use at the raccoon rallies. Same thing here. Same thing. I use some of my smoked fish bait, some of the Brody's baits, you know, and whatever raccoon I eat, a bear will like. So let's get out of here and wait for Christmas morning tomorrow.
Well, after obtaining the correct paperwork, Zoe and the family met up with Brian in Maine for a week-long venture. State of Maine is very beautiful. Lots of lakes, big mountains, and lots of black bear.
Lay down first, just to minimize our grab that, spray yourself, and we're going to check. That way we don't leave any more odor than what we need to. There you go. No, we're not going to be touching much, so that'll work.
Brian had been busy with clients, but he was going to make sure he would assist Zoe and help her get a black bear with a trap.
Now you want to show it, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully tomorrow there'll be one in your trap, huh?
Yeah.
Brian had a few locations, and he picked what he felt was her best chance at getting a bear with her one trap.
You can't come in here and make a set and the bear not knowing we were here. They'll tolerate. Well, I've been baiting them for a month, over a month now, so they know my smell. But they don't know the cameraman, which is your dad and yourself. So that's why we try to minimize their smell, or minimize the odor, you know what I mean? So, like I said,
Each day, Zoe and Brian check the trap in between baiting other sites for the hunters.
get out of here and let this place cool down.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, there's some beaten down trails. I should just find that other trail right there.
Yep.
He's gonna walk right past the camera. Let's hope.
Yep.
Okay, let's get out of here.
The Fur Life is brought to you by Snare One, Trapline Beard Oil, Raptor Razor, Interlock, Deadly by Design, Scent Thief, and by these great partners. This part of the program is powered by Brody's Baits. There's a new kid on the block, and his stuff stinks. Towards the end of the week, Brian and Zoe walked into the site, and there it was, a big black bear.
Hey! Where do you see the size of this thing? Hey! Huh? No, don't get too close. We don't know how good he is. But he is hooked up. There you go. Gotta do.
No.
I don't know how good he's hooked up. I want to see what it looks like in the free. Bear. That is a nice bear.
Excitement was high, and you could tell on their faces this was a moment nobody would ever forget. In trapping, you got your ups and downs. Nothing's ever a sure thing, and by the time they got the necessary gear to dispatch that bear, the bear had gone out of the snare, unharmed and never seen again.
Cable failed. I mean, that's the only second time I've ever seen that happen. Oh, yeah. Waiting all this time, we got a bear to come in and had him hooked up. You can see the catch circle. Yeah. From high to high to low to lows. I mean, the only thing we got in our favor is we got a couple more days. We'll move it, go to a different location.
He took the whole trap with him.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. That's what's nice about this. You didn't. Yeah, he didn't. I mean, it's so hard to get that thing back out. You can't. Like my plastic version, that one, sometimes you'll see the tube out. I forgot to bring the handle. Normal person would bring a shovel, but I thought we were just going to have to go back and get the sled and bring the bear back up.
Zoe and Brian were pretty down, but they weren't willing to give up.
We just try to put everything in our favor, and well, there's a lot of luck involved here too. So we got an active bait. We get bears coming in regularly, and you stick the trap in, and he gets hooked up, and unfortunately now the cable failed. And I thought too, me putting that pipe on there now would keep them from being able to chew, but you can see that tube must be all the way back.
Brian had another location ready to go, so they reset the trap and tried again.
Yesterday, and cable failed on us, and we moved to a different location, so we're going to go in and check. We still got one more check, so maybe we can still get it done.
But unfortunately for Zoe, she and the family needed to return back home, and her bear trapping adventure was over without a bear in the trap.
We were close. I mean, we did it. We got it done. We just didn't. The equipment failed, and so it'll make it that much sweeter next year.
Yep. And
But we had a great time. I'm glad you guys had a great time. And yeah, Like all we can do is just try it again next year. I mean, that's just the way it is. Hunting's hunting. You know, even though we put bait out, they don't come every day. You know, they're still going to go to an apple or an acorn before they go, you know, the natural food, before they go to the stuff we use. So, like I said, we still got next year. So.
The Fur Life is powered by the Trapper's Pole, Brody's Baits, Smokey's Deer Lures, the Buck Cage, and by these great partners. And this portion of the show is powered by Redneck's Pride, makers of trapping bait, lures, and calls. The black bear trapping season isn't very long. However, later in the fall, Fisher and Marten season opens up. Brian had a plan to return with Zoe and longtime trapping friend Jim Long. They made plans to stay in an old trapper's cabin and hopefully have better luck with the fur.
Finally made it to Maine. Little colder up here, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I'm up there with Jim and Zoe, myself, and the big camera guy. We got this nice trapper's cabin. This is going to be home for the next week. We got another cabin north that we'll be going in a couple days once we set this line up. We'll go up there, set that up, and then come back. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to using these RC Best freaking tube traps for these Marten. I doubt very much you're going to see much Fisher action on there, but we'll see.
Fisher and Marten are some awesome critters, and they're fun to trap.
We're here at one of my leases, and actually I had the camera. Jeremy was up in the tree stand, and we seen a lot of Marten and Fisher pictures, and got a lot more than we usually get of Marten and Fisher. So that's why we came up here this week. So we got a nice little skiff of snow. I see Tom Miranda's up here somewhere. He's got a couple catches already. So yeah. So we're gonna put out these boxes. We're curious to see which one work out. Jim's got a little different version of what we've been using, so we'll see what happens. Got some weasel boxes. So critters beware, huh? There you go. Big male Fisher all through here. So Jim's gonna set one right there, and then I'm gonna have another exclusion over here. So he's been digging around here, so Fishers are still here. Have to have what they call an exclusion device. So I put it so my trigger's down, and alright, yeah, Jim's over there. He put a Marten Fisher box over there, and we got this one here. So we had a couple sightings here in bear season, so, and there's a nice big hemlock grove, so you know there's Marten Fisher in here, so. Just gotta wait them out.
Weather was cold, snow had just fallen, and finding signs wasn't too hard. During the early part of the week, the team was blessed with a day on the trap line they'll never forget.
Get in and get this, and hopefully we'll show you some catches today. That's what you want to see right there. Isn't that nice? Yeah, well, that's a nice male. That's a nice male Fisher. That's awesome. Picked up another 3, checked another 3 spots, and the 4th spot's got another tail hanging out. So look at that. That's what it's all about. A little lighter in color, you see that? Boy, that's pretty. Isn't that pretty? Got a little blaze. Got a little bit of a blaze. Beautiful. 4 Fisher and a Marten so far, so that's a dandy day. Ooh, look at that, isn't he pretty? Well, a lot of times this time of year, you want to have an extra trap with you every once in a while, because they get frozen. You don't want to tear the hide.
Nice job. Will you just look at that?
Oh, isn't that pretty?
This is very, very cool.
Well, look at the orange throat. Aren't they cool animals?
Can I get a picture of it?
Got a broken jaw, I think.
Well, you got a sore noggin. I know that.
Every time you go check your traps, it's like Christmas.
Oh, Martin. Awesome. Congratulations.
Pretty one, too.
That's a gorgeous one. Look at the orange on the throat. Right around. Yep. All right. Wasn't that fun? It's different. It's different. You know, you got to put a lot of traps out, and this is an exceptional day.
Well, the state of Maine is a special place and a trapper's paradise. If you're looking to trap or hunt a bear, give Brian a look. Nothing's guaranteed, as Zoe found out, but Brian has plenty of bears and lots of knowledge to help you achieve your goal. The Fur Life proudly supports. For more information on the Fur Life, be sure to follow us on Facebook. Products seen on today's show can be purchased at pcsoutdoors.com. Thanks for watching The Fur Life. We'll see you next time.